After an epic game number 1 here between UALEIKUMNIHAO and Team Sexy, the Eastern European DPC Division 2, we are back with game number 2. I'm Harry Freak and I'm going to be continuing to bring the action of the games here today. Of course, we're hoping that we're going to get just as an epic of a game, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So we'll see if these two teams are again going to be fighting in a complete back and forth, or were we going to be seeing one or the other dominate UALEIKUMNIHAO? They've been looking pretty good in the Tour 2 so far. Same can be said for Team Sexy as well. We're 2-1. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they are 1-1, but they have played both Namiga and Moneymakers. They won against Moneymakers, lost to Namiga, but did force Namiga to fight back quite strongly. And Namiga are currently the top dogs, probably the team that is most definitely going to be going back to Division 1 from where they came. They only had one change in their lineup, but it's not about them right now. It's about the two teams that we have watched in the previous game. If you haven't watched that game, you probably should, because it kind of shows that you can probably come back from anything, and there are timings that you can find. There are angles that you can find to win a successful fight, and in the end, get yourself in a better position. Team Sexy, despite getting their axes in that game, they still lost. They got the first lane of rags. They got a tier 3. They were taking everything. They were controlling the enemy triangle, and in the end, they lost to a pretty strong late game lineup, even though the carry of UALEIKUMNIHAO wasn't the strongest late game carry in the game. It was definitely the Slark, controlled by Team Sexy, but you're dealing with 2 lassos, you're dealing with 2 dooms, you're dealing with the Phoenix egg, so just goes to show how much a carry to carry matchup sometimes just isn't something you should look towards. So in the previous match, I have to say UALEIKUMNIHAO, I think they had a better draft, but they dealt with Team Sexy, who had comfort heroes. Like, probably the most that you can get comfortable with heroes. They open up with their Monkey and the Visage, the heroes they play the most, heroes they love the most, that get banned out sometimes. They showed us how it's played. In the end, it wasn't good enough, so they might have to change their tactic, and getting out of your comfort zone is never easy, but always worth it, guys. You know, some red pilling here in the Eastern European DPC. We should be getting ourselves into the draft fairly soon. Let me check exactly when. So yeah, right now. And production is just always listening to me and like, oh, you want to draft here? It says you have nothing to talk about. No problem, players. Get into the Okay, so they're like, yeah, it wasn't a problem in terms of draft. It was in terms of picks. Rubik Doom. Visage? Yes, no, yes, no. What do you do? Team Sexy? Do you feel confident in that one? Are we gonna have the same opening? Deja vu? Yes, no? Okay, they're thinking. They're like, oh, we didn't spook them with the Monkey King. Yeah, it seems like UALEIKUMNIHAO, they've discussed this before the match. What are we gonna pick? It's if they pick a Monkey King, well, this is gonna be our response. No matter what they do, and after winning that previous game, it does give them a sense of encouragement. And Team Sexy, they are not giving up. They will ban out the Phoenix. Aha, what now? So usually the team that does loses, adjusting the draft is a little bit easier for them, because they already know what they're dealing with and how the enemies intend to win the game. But that doesn't mean that UALEIKUMNIHAO, they cannot adjust properly as well. We'll see what they do. For now, they're continuing with the pretty much exact same bans as they did in the previous one. Team Sexy, of course, changing it up slightly to make sure that there's no room for the Mary Y Phoenix, even though they killed Mary Y that many times. I have to say that
10 seconds remaining.
Those kills weren't a given, right? It's not like you would have gotten them every single time. Mary could have escaped from quite a lot of those. You played really well, you used your spells well. That's not always going to be the case. So I'm liking that they banned it out, because if they didn't get that many kills, we're not even sure they would have come back into the game initially. This time around, they're not going to be dealing with Phoenix though, so it might be a harder hero to kill for position 5 of UALEIKUMNIHAO. You never know. But Team Sexy now are thinking with their last ban. Usually these bans are where things become dangerous. They ban out the Enigma, so they're expecting UALEIKUMNIHAO to be able to to move this Doom to a different position. Palantimos, not a stranger to the Doom. So I can understand the ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, what's gonna be next? I can't remember what they banned out the last time.
Radiant team pick.
I'll get rid of the Disruptor. Just hasn't been as successful as he was in Division 1. I mean, it's also has to do with the way Dota is played in Division 1, but also has to do with the hero getting overused. When a hero is overused, that obviously everybody is going to get used to
10 seconds
playing
remaining.
against him, and it's going to be increasingly harder to use him as effectively as you otherwise could. So when you don't have a Phoenix, what do you get? Snapfire, something that comes to mind as a position 5. I saw the Mirana for Team Sexy, wouldn't surprise me there. Oh, Jakiro. Jakiro, I think, would be perfect one for UALEIKUMNIHAO. I don't remember Mary playing it, though. But I remember Hellraisers, whenever they
Dire team pick.
would pick a Rubik, they'd go Jakiro. It's going to be an Enchantress. Okay. That's another hero that can do well in the lane. You don't care much about the damage. You have the nature's attendance to keep you alive, so you don't die to the soul assumptions. Okay. You are focusing a little bit more into the laning stage here, and not that much into team fight. But later on in the game, the Enchantress can be a problem when it comes to dishing out damage. So if you're Team Sexy right now, I would advise you get burst potential that can kill the Enchantress in the later portions of the game, so that she doesn't just run through your jungle. Ember Mirana, good one. Ember Snapfire, solid. Storm, not bad either. Batrider also comes to mind as a potential one, because that could be a good one for UALEIKUMNIHAO again, especially if Team Sexy pick up something that's bad against the Batrider once more. Hayes has definitely shown that he can utilize the hero. They are taking their time. Really, whatever you pick right now, it could easily be responded to. So Team Sexy, they're thinking this through. Last time they thought it through in terms of dealing with the Phoenix, but they forgot about the Bat. Primal Beast, okay, it did lane well versus the Bat last time. So that's a hero that's solid versus the Enchantress. But it looks like UALEIKUMNIHAO are forcing you to pick. Like, yeah, go pick that one. That's good. That's good. Well played. Well played.
5 seconds remaining.
If you're scared of the Bat, you could pick up an Abaddon. That's a solid hero to lane versus the Doom. Later on in the game, pretty solid, unless there's Doom plus a Silver Edge, but that's later on. You can be a support, can be a core. Either way, it's good versus the Batrider, if that's what you're afraid of. You will leave your last pick for a position 5, most likely.
Crystal Maiden.
No, they're gonna pick the Crystal Maiden now. It's a tough one to pick a Bat into this, because there's constant annoyance coming your way. The thing is that if you pick a Bat, both the Doom and the Bat will be running in, and the Crystal Maiden, she can't stop them both. Plus, last game, it was shown that UALEIKUMNIHAO, they didn't want to fight early, and once you get the BKBs, the Crystal Maiden pretty much becomes obsolete. So I'm thinking you go Bat again. Unless Hayes got annoyed that he lost the laning phase. To be honest, if he didn't get that kill level 6, he might never have popped off. But then again, this time around, he's going to have the Enchantress, which is one of the better rotating supports. Actually, every support is good at rotating. Crystal Maiden kind of slow and can be caught in the transition to the mid lane. But if she does connect with her teammates, she is actually a force to be reckoned with. UALEIKUMNIHAO. What's it gonna be? They will get what? They have a minute and a couple of seconds on the reserve, so they really haven't been using any of their reserve time up until now. What else have they been playing? Kunkka? Wouldn't hate it.
Dire team ban.
Tango. I'll go for the bat. I think it's the best one, really. Despite them playing in the previous game, maybe Team Sexy are going to be a little bit more prepared for it. But to be honest, this time around, it is going to be the Visage that has to get a Lotus Orb. It's not like the Crystal Maiden will be able to farm one.
10 seconds remaining.
Team Sexy, they're going to have to be a lot more active in this game. So this time around, if UALEIKUMNIHAO slow it down as much as they did in the previous one, it's a problem. Both teams need a carry unless this is a Monkey King at the Tomb. Though, judging from the previous game, we can assume that's not the case, at least not for one of them. I would be okay with Palantimos playing one, but then you have to get a pushing hero on Sugarat, which Lycan wouldn't be too bad here. I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't love it either, because both of the supports do have spells to increase their armor, but I can't do much versus you. They can't kill you, at least. But if you pick a Lycan here, you're gonna get like pudged or something and in the lane, and then you're gonna lose heavily. They ban out the Huskar. Team Sexy have been playing that. Though I think they've been playing it on Moonlight. They've been playing it on Moonlight, and considering he already has his hero, so I'm kind of torn for that ban.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
We'll get an Ursa, so this time around it's not a Slark. You see an Ursa. Doom. His lane is gonna be a little bit tougher now. I guess you could go for a Seeker again, to be honest. I wouldn't mind it. Having a hero that's super fast, that can dodge the enemy, carry in a fight, just literally run circles around him when there's an Ursa, that's quite nice. Rupture Ursa is not too happy about it either. Abaddon. So they're gonna go for the Abaddon. The Visage doesn't do too well versus a Abaddon. I think these drafts are closer. Team Sexy are also in their comfort zone just as much as they were earlier. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're pretty comfortable as well, just not as much. I still prefer the Radiant draft here. I think this game is closer in terms of draft, so on paper, Team Sexy should win. But the thing is, there's one big deal of their lineup that comes to mind, is that BKBs this time around are even worse of a counter for their lineup, right? Once you get the BKBs, they do nothing. Then it's going to be only 7 Jesu that does anything. And to be honest, you have Lasso, you have the Doom, you have the borrowed time to kite him. So I do think that this is going to be a 2-0. It does look like a 2-0 to me overall. So I'm going to go for UALEIKUMNIHAO again. Even though we have had a lot of, actually not a lot of 2-1s. We have had 6 2-0s, 6 2-1s. So that's actually quite cool here that we have a mix there. But still, I'm gonna be going with UALEIKUMNIHAO, and I do like what they have. Of course, as in the previous game, we are gonna be discussing the draft a little bit more once we get back into the game. But before it, a word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And there we are in game number 2. Same side, similar drafts. But there are some slight changes here between the two teams. Who are those changes going to benefit? The last game was fairly close. We'll see if that's going to be the case here as well. In my mind, Team Sexy, they're going to be needing to do well in the laning phase and continue. Build up the lead. Get a couple of kills before the BKBs come out. Get your items on the Ursa Roche and just continue building up from there. You cannot allow this game to slow down. If it does, the Radiance from the Abaddon, the Midas of the Doom, it's going to be a problem. From time to time with the Lasso, you're going to be giving away a kill. So let's see. Let's see if they can do it. One downside of their lineup, they're not that good at pushing, but that's where the Visage comes in. Nefrit has done a solid job opening up the map somewhat for his team. Did place a ward there, 9 class. I don't think it was spotted. He did block a camp as well, which is quite important. Mary is going to be very, very annoying with the creeps. This is the thing of the Visage. He doesn't do too well versus the neutrals. Moonlight in the mid lane. Last time he did win the lane, but then he died on level 6, so suddenly it went the other way around. I really like how he always looks so focused, so in the game. A little bit bored of a look from Moonlight, but that's just because I think it's because the camera is a bit beneath him, and then he's like, I'm above you, right? I'll see if maybe in the future he changes his camera angle so that we can see him from a different one where he doesn't look like he's looking down on us like, you peasants, I'm a god. 9 class this time around doesn't start off with the Primal Spring. It is going to be the Jingle Mastery that he goes for. And they're trying to apply as much pressure here in this lane as possible. He's going to get those Jingle stacks, so very nicely done there. That is definitely going to prevent the Abaddon from farming early on. Of course, Abaddon and the Enchantress not to be underestimated with all of the poke that is going to be coming through. 9 class could easily die, and the same could be true for Nefrit. But still a very aggressive start to this bottom lane from both sides. For now, Team Sexy seem to be farming a little bit better. To be expected, the threat of the Visage early on is just too big. But UALEIKUMNIHAO, they get their HP in order. I can see those pings coming out. They wanted to deny together from Team Sexy. Haze, this time around, he wants to be a bit more aggressive, it seems like. He is farming just as much as his mid lane counterpart. The strength of the Primal Beast does come where he can pull the waves into the jungle, farm the jungle and the wave. Batrider, I guess he could do the same thing. Just it's not as fast. You need to get a couple of stacks. Wait for the Firefly. It's not as easy. Level 2 Crystal Maiden, not to be underestimated, but Shagrat is going forward and like, let's go aggressive. If we run away from the Ursa, it's gonna be ending up badly for us. And Begson stands his ground, and actually look at how much damage he's doing to them. These right clicks, they hurt. Till the end, he's gonna be using a Magno, thinking about going in 7 Jessu. He thought about it as well, but decides against it fairly soon. There are gonna be some salves coming out on the supports. The thing is that the cores are relatively low in their HP. I'm gonna have to be somewhat careful. Begson, I really like what he's doing. He's just making sure that the Ursa is low. Constantly keeping 7 Jessu on his heels. Oh, nice Crystal Nova. Both the heroes and the secure of the range creep. That's something that you have to be careful of. The mouse issues for UALEIKUMNIHAO. I haven't bought a new mouse for a very long time. Might be needing a replacement. Of course, we're not going to be saying which one I use, just not to be giving any kind of commercial here. EGB is our sponsor. That's it. Palantimos, he will be reconnecting right now. So it seems like UALEIKUMNIHAO are ready. Team Sexy. They are taking their time. Do they have their opponents muted? We don't know. Okay, not the case. They are here. They know what's up, and we will be going back into the game. Mid lane this time around completely even. Jump in from Moonlight. Haze is gonna start stacking immediately. Moonlight, very nicely done. We just kill the creeps, and you push the bat into the tower. It's not the easiest to last it in the tower as a bat, but it's not that hard either. We'll see, he'll be getting a solid amount of CS. Actually doesn't miss a single one. Beautifully done by Haze. Just a nice performance of him overall. This laning stage. Again, he's saving a skill point for a potential flame break. You need it if you get into any kind of jeopardy, or if you see that you're going to be able to get a kill. Ursa has been farming quite well, right? CMOS has 5 CS, so effectively they have quite a lot between the two of them. Team Sexy. The problem is with this kind of a lane, you would most likely want to get kills, but they're using the aggression and the scare tactics here to to get more CS. And look at Shergrat just going on to 7 Jesu as till the end is using his spells on the Rubik. Shergrat is applying pressure to the carry and getting himself more CS. Palantimos very low, jumping from the monkey. He has sticks on Palantimos, so you have to be very careful if you're Team Sexy. Palantimos, oh, no sticks! He doesn't use them. Wand, whatever you want to call it, but that's a big mistake. Bexen dropping low, 7 Jesu as well. He will be surviving. Shergrat tries to get on top of him. He doesn't have the Scorched Earth any longer, so no movement speed, no damage, no nothing. No way to avenge your Rubik, so 2 kills for now for Team Sexy across the map. 1 top, 1 bottom lane. Considering the Abaddon is farming pretty badly, this game is starting much better for Team Sexy than it did in the previous one. Last time Nefrit, he had like 10 CS 5 minutes in. This time around he already has 21, so he's doing twice as better. Let's see, Shergrat continuing to farm. He's doing as well as the Ursa. The one that is really suffering this time around is Palantimos. Pretty much the opposite as the previous game. One thing that is a bit different is that Moonlight is behind the Batrider. Last game at this point before the kill came, he was ahead. Moonlight, he has 18 wand charges. He has TP. We'll go for it. No one to cancel it. He will be fine. That means that he doesn't have a TP now. So if the Bat wants, he maybe make a play. We'll see if it's gonna be a potential option. Shergrat, he has found the Ice Ogre, so he will be able to have that extra armor. Pretty much makes him unkillable in this lane. Nice usage of the Earth Shock there from 7 Jesu just to secure himself a last hit on the creep. Slowing down the Abaddon in the lane is a big deal because you are reliant on your Radiance timing. Speaking of timings, it's time for Bexen to kick the bucket. 1 more hit from Moonlight, that's gonna be it. And the Primal Beast gets a nice meal there for himself. Of course, you are up against the Bat, who's now level 6. We know how it ended up last time. So anyways, coming back to the Abaddon, you're very reliant on your Radiance timing to actually be able to farm quicker. You don't really farm that fast without it. Even with it, you're not the fastest one. And that is gonna be an issue, right? Because your laning phase goes well, you are gonna be doesn't go well. You are gonna be delaying that timing. Oh, Bound Strike doesn't connect. Palantimos runs forward. Monkeying again into the trees. Team Sexy, they miss on their spells. And it doesn't really matter. The only thing that they're gonna be using up is mana. Team Sexy, they're the only ones having kills in this one. 7 minutes in, UALEIKUMNIHAO. It's not like they didn't get a kill. They didn't get close to getting a kill. Ursa got low once, but it wasn't like, oh, are these gonna get the last hit? No, it's the Doom needed a couple of more hits there to be able to finish the Ursa off. Speaking of which, now he's taking some damage. Shergrat coming to cool off, buddy. Cool off. Well, maybe you should melt. Going forward with the Doom, he's gonna have to devour now. Well, doesn't want any creep for the jungle, and we'll get that flag bearer, so extra gold for him. And his buddy Rubik. Without the Scorched Earth, he cannot die. Palantimos with the rotation of Moonlight will be taken down, and Mary is in trouble as well. The Nature's Attendants, they can only do so much, and with the Pulverize, he will not move an inch. In the end, it is going to be another Soul Assumption that gets them the kill. So very nice rotation coming out. UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're trying to get themselves on the board. They want to kill Dirsa. The ground is burning, and he wants to run from it. Shergrat, he is not stopping just yet. The Shergrat will get the kill with Haze coming over. Should be able to bring down till the end as well. The Frostbite will slow him down, but not stop him from getting that kill. So rotation to the bottom lane from Team Sexy, rotation to the top from UALEIKUMNIHAO on the top lane though. The question is, was it even necessary? The Ursa was already dead and the Crystal Maiden kill. It's gonna be a nice bonus.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Ursa is gonna be a little bit of a faster farmer in the jungle, despite his lane not going well, and he's still protecting the tower, whereas Abaddon being forced into the jungle is a problem. He will play in the mid lane, it seems. Shergrat dropping low, but Hayes is still here. He still wants to go forward. He's gonna go with the lasso. No Firefly, but it doesn't matter. Till the end will die. Actually, he gets the Firefly now until the end dies, but he gets the Frostbite off, and the TP from the Monkey King. Hayes is in trouble. The Monkey King is gonna try to get on top of him. Now he's chasing for the other ones, and the bat will go for a TP out. Boundless Strike. He doesn't see him. 9 class. Ooh. Now he saw the trail of the Firefly, but in the end, both of them get out. Now mid lane, Abaddon. Oh, poor Horsey gets turned on its back. Is trying to run away. Not gonna be happening. Doesn't have his ulti. He was so close to getting it. And now the Enchantress comes over to the mid lane. I'm not a good support. My carry is dying wherever he goes, and I'm nowhere to be found to stop it from happening. It looks so funny. He grabs the Abaddon. He turns him upside down, and then you see the lower part of the horse. The
Radiant's bottom tower is under
creators
attack.
of models have blessed us not to see all of the parts, but it still does look quite funny. This time around, the gold lead will be on Team Sexy at the start, of course. With the Doom, they should be getting ahead. This Batrider in trouble. He's gonna get himself away. This is really bad. When a Bat is surviving through all of this, they're gonna go with the Pulverize, but it doesn't matter. He won't be getting the kill. 9 class will be going down as well. Hayes, the second he survived that first attempt on his life, it was apparent that everybody on Team Sexy was gonna die. The Crystal Maiden, recognizes the situation, runs away. Not the best hero you want to save, but it was the only one you could at the moment. Nefrit, he abandons the bottom lane, comes towards the mid lane, does give a little bit of a space for the Abaddon to farm.
This'll come in handy.
And it seems like he's already being hunted. Yep, they're coming from different sides. He's gonna be getting sandwiched here, Nefrit. He does have level 6, hasn't skilled up the ulti just yet, but you better run now, and he will be successfully doing it. Primal Beast on the top lane has found the Rubik, so Bexen will die, and Boots of Travel Haze doesn't want to use them. He just stays in the mid lane to be able to push a little bit. If this siege creep does come to the tower, he's gonna be quite happy. Losing the Rubik for some damage on a tier 1 mid is not that bad. But Moonlight already coming back with the Primal Beast, so it's something that you wish to happen, but it's not gonna. Midas is delivered onto the Doom, so the real flash farm starts now. Nefrit is having a really good game. Moonlight, you have to be careful. TP from the CM, nice to save his buddy there, but it's only a fake TP, understanding he TP's in there now, and he'll probably die. Timo's getting jumped on. Just being annoyed. He does have the raindrop, so that damage wasn't really that high.
Under attack.
And it's still super annoying that wherever he goes, this Monkey King is on his case. Finally, they will equalize the tower count, and going for a smoke. They want the Ursa, who has the Enrage. Are not the easiest of kills. Maybe Primal Beast would be better. He has to go for the ulti, and Batrider gets it off first, but you're not getting out of the freezing field. Actually, you're getting pushed out of it. Oh, what a Hurricane Haste! He survived because of that. The winds, they're gonna make the fire rise, and the Abaddon just joined the fray as well. Timo's coming into the fight. He would have liked to get a kill, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be Shergrad that secures it. What a Hurricane, just in time. A perfect creep for Mary. Last game, he was a punching bag. This game, he will be a savior for his team. Shergrad has the Doom, will get Boundless struck. And pushed back from the tower, not gonna be able to do much about it. What could have been a disaster for UALEIKUMNIHAO turns out in a pretty bad engagement for Team Sexy. They pushed him out of the freezing field as well. Maybe you should have just let him go there, and maybe you get lucky. As the farther away you're from the center, the less likely those explosions from the CM are gonna connect. But you know, you can say, "Oh, I'm lucky. It's gonna work for me." Now Palantimos, he's really doing his best to farm. 7 Jesu. Annoyed quite a lot. His damage reduced by the wolves, now by the Rubik as well. He's getting close to his Battle Fury. Look at Bexon. He is being very annoying. Well, with the Tumbler Stoy, you're gonna stop with this annoying Rubik. Oh, stolen in rage. Bexon is not gonna be taking any damage. He is really playing with their lives here. Now the Primal Beast does come over. But Bexon will get himself out. He does pull 3 heroes towards himself and actually lives through all of it. So, and had the wands to get himself back up to full. Of course, against the Ursa, it's not gonna matter much if he has a ton of Fury Swipe stacks on you. But this move of his was definitely beneficial for himself and his team as well. The game is slowing down. Team Sexy, you don't want this. Of course, your Ursa will be farming fast. You should be getting those items. But their supports are really gonna be dropping in strength. Palantimos, despite a really bad laning stage, he's still staying inside of the jungle farming. Yeah, it's slow, but he is still getting some of it.
Radiant are scanning.
Imagine how boring it is for him now. Hopefully he does stay focused. His saves from the with the Aphotic Shield are gonna be a big deal. Saving the Batrider in fights is huge. From the Frostbite, from the Pulverize as well. Left up till the end has been found. What's gonna be stolen? Bexon. No, he doesn't want anything. He's still staying with the enrage. Makes sense. You get frostbitten immediately enraged, and often you're fine. Oh, actually, he stole the Crystal Nova. Okay, that's definitely not a spell that you want. It's a nice spell, but it's a level 1 spell. Frostbite would be something you want. Enchantress sending her Dark Shoal Summoner and his Skeleton Army to take care of the mid lane tower. Doesn't want to give the Dark Troll away. Sugarrat has been caught. He has a Doom. Will use it on the Ursa. He didn't use the Enrage, and Sugarrat is dead. The rest of his team is coming to help. Maybe they can get on top of the Ursa. And in the end, it's just going to be the Monkey King. They're going to have to be content with the bound. The strikes are really not connecting that well from the Monkey King. Seems like he's not too happy with his performance today. TP out from till the end, burning down. Just enough damage. For another half a second and he was out of there. But it's gonna be a 2-for-1 Doom, of course, and his ulti being used are a lot of resources expended, and it is the highest net worth hero, but it's still somewhat of an even trade. Also, we have to put into perspective that UALEIKUMNIHAO, they did get control of the top part of the map, whereas Team Sexy, they didn't completely overtake the bottom part of the map from that engagement. And Ursa wasn't attacking creeps with his Battle Fury for quite some time. So it is annoying. Big items coming through from Team Sexy. This is their timing. Ursa wants to get a blink. I like this. I think it's better than the BKB, because you need to go in and do the damage. The Batrider and the Doom will have their BKBs fairly soon, and if you're not there to threaten them at least somewhat, then they're gonna be able to go ham in fights. Batrider will have his BKB. The Dooms was already delivered. Bat is just waiting for his courier. So some big timings on each side. This next couple of minutes could make or break the game for Team Sexy. They need to win a fight. They need to get the Roche. Oh, Monkey King, he has caught. Nice flame break there. And they have the last, so I don't think he's letting him live. Actually, he decides it's not worth it. He's the more farmed out of the two supports though, so not sure, but if you look at the supports of Team Sexy, they're really underfarmed compared to their counterparts on the other side. Speaking of farm, Ursa starting to ramp up quite a lot of it. The Abaddon cannot compare. He's gonna get his Radiance fairly soon, but Ursa will be farming a lot faster. Even with that Radiance, the Ursa Battle Fury is just such a huge farming item that you cannot come close. So you're gonna be needing to fight. You're gonna be needing to join the fray there if you're the Abaddon. Nefrit, next item gonna be a pipe. Pretty necessary here. He's gonna be getting those items early. Going for the bat. BKB is gonna pop it. Has the lasso. Till the end. He might be on the receiving end of it, and he will. Both 9-second BKBs get popped here on the mid laners. In the end, Hayes is the only one who gets to go. Jump in from the monkey. Immediately lifted up into the air. He's gonna get a boundless strike out. And Bexon, stolen pulverize, just shows them what's up. They're trying to heal up this primal beast, but the stun will be there. Sugarrat is not allowing him to escape. And now with the stolen trample, he will die to his own spells. Palantimos in the end, the one that tries to fight, does get a kill. And you walk into the Roche, the Untouchable and the Curse of Avernus are pretty solid spells, but Team Sexy are gonna have all of their heroes in 30 seconds. Do you have enough? You're going for it. Taking away a Roche from an Ursa is a big deal. Ursa has a blink. He can join the fray if he wants to. Starting on the bottom lane, so it doesn't seem like he knows that this is happening. It's Untouchable from Mary and his creeps. They are making sure that UALEIKUMNIHAO, they're not using up any resources. This Roche seems to be gone. So Radiant's done, Roche is there. Who do you give it to? It's gonna be Palantimos that gets it. It seems like the answer will be yes, because no one is coming close. I thought they maybe give it to the bat. Either way, 2 9-second BKBs on UALEIKUMNIHAO successful. The 9-second one on Team Sexy, well, not so much, didn't get a single kill. I really like how they're controlling the Monkey. He jumped into 4 of them. That would have been a 4-man boundless strike. And after that, the fight could have been completely different. But they lift him up, pulverize him, and then it's just not the same. Well, Shigrat does lose his life. That's a big one. That's a really huge one, to be honest. Was he? Oh no, it was the 2 heroes that brought him down, but still. This goes to show how susceptible you are to dying to this Ursa, even with that much net worth. Of course, this should be the time where Team Sexy should be ahead. They should be running in with the Aegis. We saw what happens late game in the previous one. Flame break. This time around, not on point. The Monkey King gets himself into the trees. He'll be fine. Haze. Is this a chase? Nope. 9 class. Very, Oh, he has been found. Rubik, he doesn't get the lift off. But they know he's here now. So the Firefly is being used. They know he's running away. 9 class a little bit too fast to catch up to. Oh, they don't bring him down from the trees. He's still fine. He will live. Lift from the Rubik, just not there in time. He wasn't spamming it, and even though he got the vision with the courier, he doesn't get the lift off.
Top tower is under attack.
He's going for a Maelstrom this time around, so I think he understands just how much of a late game potential you have with the Doom and the Bat. They're gonna get the Doom on Nephrid, but the help is coming here. 7 Jesu in the vicinity. They need more heroes to get the kill. The Abaddon is coming over. He will remove the Frostbite. Beautifully done, but a nice stun there from Nephrid, saving himself with the birds. Ulti from till the end. That's not gonna help you, or is it? Haze, he cannot get on top. He's gonna get the last off. Dirce is doing a lot of damage. Not gonna be enough. Nephrid, he heals himself up a little bit. Okay, now even more. Shigrat has the rubber. Palantimos running forward. Actually, now the Ursa is in trouble. He doesn't have the BKB. The chase is on. The Prime Beast coming over. Abaddon doesn't want to stop. There is going to be the pulverize in the backline. So onto the Doom. He doesn't have his BKB any longer. The Trample. Moonlight. He doesn't have it just yet. And there it is. Comes off cooldown just in time. Without the ulti, Palantimos is in a lot of trouble. They have the Force Staff to keep him away. That was a long fight. In the end, the 1-for-1 and Wukong's command. Well, that was a stolen one from the Rubik, but 9 class already did enough damage to be able to finish it off, even with the stolen ulti.
Is under attack.
So in the end, the fight around the map does benefit Team Sexy. They even killed the CM? I think they did, but that's a small price to pay if you're Team Sexy. Ursa got so close to dying there. Everybody was so close to dying, to be honest. Even the Batrider who lived, even the Abaddon.
Tower is under attack.
But going through those BKB charges early, if your Team Sexy is pretty much beneficial. So they're going to be 6 seconds for a very long time before those refreshers come out. It's going to take some time. Mary Y. Primal Beast is pretty solid at killing you. He does have a Force Staff, has that Centaur as well. Palantimos also not a tire. So many heroes that you don't want to go for. Sexy, if they find an opening, they will. They know there's only 3 heroes now. So they're going to be going forward. Mary Y. Attacking himself with the Nature's Attendance, the Aquatic Shield, they're gonna leave him behind. You know that he's dead. There's absolutely no chance in hell you're saving this one. And, well, losing some more of your heroes is just not something you want to do right now if you are UALEIKUMNIHAO. They have the Aegis, but it doesn't matter. But this Aegis, it's a farming one for UALEIKUMNIHAO. The thing is, the Team Sexy, they farm a little bit quicker. Batrider caught, he has the BKB, will pop it right now, has the lasso, they are going for this Primal Beast, but he has a BKB himself, turns around, wants to fight. Shigrat has a BKB too, he's running away from the Ursa, and Palantimos has been caught. It still has the Nagus for another minute. His ulti will pop. There's the ulti onto the Ursa. He has been doomed. He's going to be able to round quite easily. Sugarrat without his BKB is a goner. Palantimos doing a lot of damage with the Radiance. But you have to be very careful walking into that freezing field. Palantimos still alive, not for long. Actually, he has the stick charges once, keep him alive. But another Soul Assumption will finish him up. No more. 2-1-7 Jesu. And he's coming for Palantimos. Where's your borrowed time? Borrow this, my claws. Are going to be going deep into that Abaddon. And 7 Jesu does rip him apart. Hayes, I don't know why he stayed here for so long. He does have a gem on himself. It would be a really big problem if he had lost it right now. And the jump in from the Ursa, you're gonna lose it for sure. Give us that gem. Give us all the gold that you have accumulated here. And 3 of the cores of UALEIKUMNIHAO die. And the supports are not gonna be spared either. Team Sexy, they find their timing. They find the kills. They find the gold lead that they were so longing for in the previous game. I guess they did have it at some point, but they were losing quite a lot, and then they just got back in with fights. This time around, that's not going to be the case. They weren't losing in terms of gold. Now they're going to get a pretty nice and comfortable gold lead. Primal Beast went for a Kaya, so a bit of a different item build here for Moonlight. It's looking more and more like we're going to see a game 3 here, boys, and that's what we're all about. Having those long breaks between first and the second series, it sometimes, you know, takes the hype away. But if we're going from one game to another, it's a lot of fun. They saw the Doom walk into the trees. He has a blink, he has the BKB, but he has been spotted. Hello, Sugarrat. Jump in on him. No way you're TPing out of this one. He's gonna pop the BKB, get the stun off. Maybe if he blinks away, he's gonna be fine. And he gets the blink off next to his teammates. You already used the onslaught and the blink. Moonlight, how do you get out? He's gonna have one again. Arcane Rune definitely comes in handy there. Does allow him to use it again. Monkey King. Flame Break is not going to connect. He's just staying in place, and he has been found jumping from the trees, and he's going to be okay. Now another Pulverize will come through. Ursa in the back lines going for the Enchantress, will rip her apart. He is the king of the woods here. The bear is the strongest predator. Going for ulti from till the end. They cannot stop it. They're just so slow, and the poor Pathfinder will die. Oh no, he has a borrowed time. Well, again, claws of the Ursa, a little bit too strong. They're gonna get the Doom onto him, but the enrage was already popped, so this is not gonna last for long. The Doom, he offers his life. Kill me instead of my carry. No problem. You're worth more either way. So they're gonna be happy getting that one. Pexon, he doesn't have a TP, and it seems like they know that he's in the vicinity. He is eating through the trees. He has the Quelling Blade, something they might not be expecting. So Pexon, he will find his way through the trees till the end. He smells fear. Somebody is here. He doesn't know exactly where. Well, the Rubik will be okay for now, but it's gonna be quite a long time before he gets his TP back. And it seems like they're sending a courier to find him. Okay, the courier has found the Rubik. Mayday, mayday. He's calling for help. Does have the Glimmer Cape, walking into the sentry. Nope, other way around. No, why does he know where I am? Till the end, relentless. He really wants this kill. He really wants the Rubik dead. Rubik's courier is flying over. I'm coming, boss, bringing you the TP, but there's gonna be a fight on the bottom side of the map. No one cares about these two guys chasing each other. We wanna see the cores engage in big battle. They're both knocking out the Rufus man. Not gonna be happening. His own body almost pushes him out with the onslaught, and he will indeed die, but not before they finish off 2 cores of UALEIKUMNIHAO with ease. Team Sexy are winning every single fight, and they seem to be ahead. So far ahead. Very soon this gold lead could become impossible to deal with. Ursa is a beast. He wants the Swift Blink next. Just don't have the items to deal with this. Harry, he uses the Force Staff, will be caught, frozen, saved for later. Till the end, let it go. And Pulverize, doesn't matter, Pexon. You might have been able to escape the Crystal Maiden, but you will not be able to escape every single hero of Team Sexy apart from the poor old dead Monkey King. Wherever they are on the map, they're getting everything done here. Team Sexy in this game number 2. Last game, they did have a lane of racks of an advantage. It was the mid lane. This time around, it seems like they will start with bottom. For now, they decide it's enough. Abaddon would be able to keep them in place for long enough, and no reason to throw the lead away. Next throw should get it, and that should be able to seal the deal on this game. Ursa gets an gets a shard, and suddenly he is just no longer a hero you can deal with. He's 18,000 gold net worth. Actually closer to 19. Look at the Doom. He's 13 and a half. It's just too big of a difference. Ursa is too strong. All three of the cores of Team Sexy topping the network chart. And if you look at UALEIKUMNIHAO, yes, late game, double Dooms, double Lassos, we saw how strong they can be. But you're going to be needing another 20 minutes with the pace that this game is going. In those 20 minutes, you are not going to have a ward in their base. So Team Sexy, they know that something might be coming. A smoke from UALEIKUMNIHAO. They're trying to find an angle. Look at Team Sexy who are ready for a battle. Let's see. Last game, UA that was doing well. They get the lasso. Is this enough? They're not doing any damage. The Glimmer Cape is going to be saving him, and he does go for the stone form. 7 Jessu trying to find somebody. He's waiting for Pantimos ulti to get forced out. Pantimos is running forward. They really want to fight this one. Can he heal? Doom jumps in, doesn't use his ulti just yet. And now they'll jump in the Wukong's command. They let it go. They're all gonna burn. This is the time where you call GG because you've been decimated. You thought you found a fight, but you found nothing but death and destruction. They don't do anything, even to the hero they initiated on. Going to show that UALEIKUMNIHAO, this game is over for them. But, well, the series is not, right? Because this is still gonna be a best of 3. It's currently 1-1. They did win the first one, but I have to say this adjustment to the draft, to the gameplay coming out from Team Sexy was just amazing. The game did get slowed down slightly, but the second they got some of their timings on the Ursa, they were ready for battle. And this just goes to show how much of a difference it is when your Visage has a pretty bad lane, where when your Visage has a pretty good lane. The Abaddon was destroyed. He gets a very late Radiance. The Ursa is super farmed. And in the end, then, the Ursa does everything in a fight. Whereas the Abaddon, he's just an annoyance, a nuisance with his Radiance, more so than a hero that anybody is really going to be afraid of. So guys, with that being said, we're going to be taking a short break. After it, we're coming back with the decider of this best of 3 series.